Hey, how you doing, everyone? This is going to be a quick video. I'm sorry about the poor quality of it. I'm doing it off my phone here. It's about communications in a disaster scenario. Just a few things to think about. Now, everyone knows about cell phones, the TV, word of mouth, but I'm just going to concentrate on some of the other things here that might be able to help you. Okay, I have my weather radio here. Now, this tells me it's not on right now, but it's battery operated as well as plug-in, and it will tell me any of the weather reports that are out there. It also has an alarm on it. It illuminates, and it's quite useful. In fact, if the power runs out, you have a battery backup on it, which can be recharged through the cord. I got it at Radio Shack. It's all at $30. It tells me all the local weather radio reports. So it works out well for me. So that's one of the things I have. Next thing I have is I have a triple trunking scanner from Radio Shack. Excuse me. Pretty simple. It was $145 on sale, portable, and this thing will give me all the weather reports also. It'll also give me any type of police, fire, EMS. I can program it. I can get the airports. I can even get small handheld radios as well as a ham radio operations. So it works out good. During Hurricane Sandy, it worked quite well for me. I knew exactly things that were happening in town. When a tree went down, National Grid would go down there with the tree companies and pick the tree up, and police would respond, fire. So this was really helpful. Probably one of the most important pieces that you could have in your lineup as far as communication is concerned. Next here is I have a radio, hand cranked radio. Now this can be powered by several different ways. It's got the hand crank operation here. It's like a gyro. Okay, it's got batteries in the back of it. It also has, if you look in the front here, it's got the solar panel, and it's got a USB plug-in which will charge the batteries. It's an American Red Cross radio. And I can get all the weather channels on it, and it's almost like I said, it's really good. It even has a flashlight on it. You can see the flashlight there and a strobe. That's the strobe. You see right here's the flashlight. But it was fairly cheap, $35. I think I paid for this, but it's given very good dividends. And the power goes out, I don't have to worry about too much. Batteries on this thing will last, and if it doesn't, I can always use a hand crank option, which for 2 minutes of operation with it, I get about 13 minutes of power. Plus, it does have a solar panel, which takes about 8 hours to charge this entire system when it's out in the sun, when it has a decent sun out. So, but it's always charging when it's out like that. So, I've never had a problem with the batteries running out. So, not a problem with me. Next thing I have here is these handheld radios. Very simple. They're regular Cobras. They have theoretically they say 12 miles for these radios, but I would say 7 miles. And that's including, if you're not in this area that has a city area or any type of trees, a lot of vegetation. I would say that these things go at least probably 3 miles. Not a lot, but maybe 3 or 4 miles. I don't know. I really haven't tested them much, but they're cheap. They run on batteries. You can also charge the batteries with when you have them hanging out. But very simple. We all know of cell phones and things like that, but this is just another way to communicate or get the word out in case of a disaster, hurricanes, tornadoes, whatever. But also you have CB radios. I have one of those in my truck. I use that quite often. But I think the most important thing would be to get yourself a good radio. Okay, I have several radios around the house anyway, but this is just a kind of a backup. If we had to leave the house for some reason, we could take this, and this is probably one of the best radios that I've seen as far as portable radios that are self-contained with the power. So something to look at. Radio Shack. I think it was $35 for it, but it's a good lifetime strong radio. And like I say, I can't say enough about the scanner. The scanner works excellent. I can pick up any radio waves on it. It'll pretty much scan just about anything. So, this was pretty much just a down and dirty video. Maybe it can give you some ideas on, communications and things like that in a disaster scenario. But I'd like to work on getting my ham radio license. But right now, I have plans on doing it. I just don't have the resources quite yet. But just like I said, if you're going to start out trying to prepare for things, first thing I would try to get is I would try to get a good radio that has a storm capability on it, which is somewhat contained. Something that just will give you the ability to be informed, and something where you're not going to have to worry too much about power. So this right here would be my pick, is American Red Cross radio. Because if batteries runs out, you can hand crank it, and you've got the solar option, and you also have the USB plug-in. But that's what I would say would be the most important thing to get. The next thing would be a scanner. It'll tell you, you believe it or not, you can get a lot of information from ham radio operators off this thing. They tell you everything. You can hear their conversations, and they're pretty good as far as passing the word on to people. So definitely a good thing to have. Definitely something well worth having. And these small talkabouts, all they are is just a supplemental communication, not meant for your main communication, but just something to have, that could help you out. But, we all know, like I said, about cell phones and those things. All those things are good, but these things are just supplemental. We also have CB radios can be used. But just a little video for you.